Okay, for this demo, I do not have a sheet of paper set up, so I'm going to go to File, New Document. Only this time on Print, I want to click on Tabloid, a bigger 11 by 17 sheet of paper. I'm going to make this a horizontal sheet of paper. I want one page, and I'm going to set my margins again, all of them down to 0. So I just get one big blank sideways tabloid sheet of paper. I'm going to hit Command D for a document. In Chapter 4, I'll go to, let's see, is it number 8? Let's see what the link. Nope, number 9, Direct Frame Highlights. There we go. I'm going to select all 3 of these photos in folder number 9. And I've got a vertical photo, so I'm just going to click and drag down vertically. I'll make the photo about right there. Then here from this carnival, I got a horizontal photo, so we'll drag that out like that. Here I've got another vertical, so we'll drag it down like that. Okay, and I'm going to hit W, because again, once you start dropping in photos, you're going to get these little links. I know this is a link. I know that's a link, and I know that's a link. I don't need to see these little chains to constantly remind me of that. So I'm just going to hit W. InDesign has direct frame highlighting. So as soon as I hover over an image, I get the content grabber indicator. I can see the edge of the frame starting to light up. You can see the blue right there and right there. But if I switch to my white arrow and I hover, I don't get the content grabber. The white arrow is your content grabber. So it doesn't need to indicate that. I don't even see a white arrow anymore. I see a white hand. So just be aware of those differences. If I clicked on a corner with my black arrow, I could resize the box. If I clicked outside, and then I started with my white arrow, when I click the corner, it's not selecting the entire box, it's selecting that one corner. So when I drag it up, you can see what it's done right there. Okay, so that can be a problem. Watch out for the white arrow. If I click and try to move this with the white arrow, it's going to tear it right out of its frame. See, there's the frame. It's been left behind. So watch out with the difference between the black and the white arrows. Use the white arrow sparingly. More often than not, if I undo, I will go with the black arrow. That's the main thing. If you want to see how much of this photo has been cut off, press and hold for a second. And now when you drag, you will see where you could possibly re-meet that corner down there if you wanted to. Or just pull it so it's straight across from the other one. But watch the difference between the black and the white. Okay, black arrow, you know you're on your black arrow because it's indicating the content grabber. White arrow won't indicate the content grabber because the white arrow is your content grabber. So that's what the frame highlighting is doing. Direct frame highlighting. Black arrow indicates the blue edge because we're on the blue anchor point layer. That's the container. White arrow indicates the brown outline because that's what's inside the container. I would always want to kind of remind you, stay on the black arrow if you can. That's what you're going to be dealing with. You can crop in right here. If you want odd shapes, then you go to the white arrow. Okay. Here's another great use for the white arrow. Let's say I put this in a rectangle and I really wanted it in a triangle. That's where the white arrow and the pen tool are going to come in. So I could take the pen tool and right here are my little anchor points. So I can add an anchor point when I hover right over an edge. Click. Now when I take the pen tool and I hover over an anchor point, I get a minus. So I can delete that corner, and now I've got a great triangle. That's pretty cool. My white arrow can move the point of that triangle. I got a nice little base shape because I don't get triangles on my toolbox. It's a combination of my white arrow and my pen tool. We'll do more of that later. That's just kind of jumping the gun here, but I don't want to be on my white arrow all the time, because I'm going to go to move this and go, whoops, I just tore it out of the triangle again. Try to stay on your black arrow whenever possible. Okay.